All right, now we're going to talk about division using partial quotients. And it's very similar to multiplication using partial products. It's just reversed because we know that division is the inverse operation of multiplication and vice versa. So what I'm going to tell you is this is very similar to repeated subtraction division. However, you get to go in bigger chunks, which sometimes makes it a little bit easier. So if I don't know how to do this long division style, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, I need to multiply 3 times something to get really close to 225 if I can. But if I can't, then I can try to figure it out. So I'm thinking 3 times 100 would give me 300. That's way too much, way too much. So I'm going to go like this, 3 times 50. Because I know 3 times 50 is 150. So I'm going to start right there, okay? So 3 times 50. So now I'm going to subtract out 150 because I've said 3 times 50 is 150. So I'm going to subtract this out. That's a 5. I have to regroup. 12 minus 5 is 7. Oh, I only have 75 left. Okay, so now I have to think to myself, 3 times what is close to 75? Well, I know 3 times 20 is 60, right? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to subtract out 60. So 3 times 20 is 60, so I'm going to subtract out that 60. So 5 minus 0 is 5. 7 minus 6 is 1. Oh, now I'm down to 15. And in my brain, I know that 3 times 5 equals 15. Am I right? Okay, so I know I'm going to subtract out my 15, and I'm down to 0. I don't have any remainders or anything. So now, in order to get my final quotient, all I need to do is add up this row of numbers right here. So 50 plus 20, I know is 70, plus 5 equals 75. So that's using partial quotients. And there's no wrong answer for partial quotients. You can use whatever numbers work best for you. So let's try another one. Let's do 428 divided by 4. 428 divided by 4. Okay? And so, oh, well, I see that's 400. So I could go 4 times 100 equals 400. I could subtract out that 400. Oh gosh, then I only have 28 left. That's nice. That's a really good number. Okay, but I'm not sure about 28, so I'm just going to say, well, I know 4 times 4 is 16. Let's start there. I'm just going to subtract out 16 because I'm just not quite sure of that number. So 8 minus 6 is 2. 2 minus 1, oh, it's 12 left. I know that 4 times 3 equals 12. So I'm going to subtract out 12 and I get 0. I don't have a remainder. As long as I get a 0 down here and I'm all done with my division, that means I have no remainder. So now I have to just go back and add these numbers up. And I see 100 plus 4 is 104, plus 3 more is 107. Now, can I check my answer? Of course I can, Miss D. 107 times 4, because remember, it's the inverse operation, it's opposite. 7 times 4 is 28. I'm going to regroup my 2. 4 times 0, we know is 0, plus 2, which would be 2. 4 times 1 is 4. So, do my numbers match? Ooh, yes, they do. Therefore, I know I have the right answer. So that is called partial quotient. So remember, there's no wrong way to do this part. You can guess any numbers that are compatible that just make it easier for you. It's better than repeated subtraction because you have less room for mistake because you're not you're not subtracting as many times. Can you imagine if I took 428 and subtracted 4 over and over and over and over again? Oh my gosh, it would take me all day. So this is called partial quotient, and it's a really great strategy to use if you're really stuck.